Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about how to spend less money on makeup. If you clicked on this video, you probably have already decided that you're gonna spend less money on makeup, or you're super into the type of the minimalist makeup collection type of thing. If that's the case, I definitely have something to share. I wrote down 10 actions that I took, maybe 10 steps that I took when I decided that I'm gonna cut down my expense on makeup. These 10 actions help me a lot, and you don't have to do all of them. If you're just gonna start from one or two, I think it's already good enough. Before I start, I wanna say that I don't believe buying makeup is an addiction. It's more like a habit, that's true, but don't beat yourself up and say, I have a problem. I'm addicted to buying makeup, I need help. It's actually not that deep. You just need to make small little changes in your daily life when you're buying stuff, and that's it. And this type of thing takes time. Once you started with like one or two changes and the snowball effect, it will definitely show. And of course, these are just my opinions. Might work for me, might not work for you. We're different, blah blah blah, disclaimer. Let's get started. The first thing that I did was canceling my subscription services. I used to have Ipsy Bag, BoxyCharm, Birchbox, Glossy Box, all those fucking boxes. When I look at my makeup collection right now, I don't have any items left from all those boxes. I either decluttered them because I couldn't use the black lipstick that they sent me, or I got some hand cream or body creams that I used probably 2 weeks, but after that I never had the urge to buy a full size because they were never that great. Come to think about it, I have spent hundreds of dollars on subscription boxes every year, and I have been subscribing to those for 2 years, so it's probably gonna be $700, and that's just a fucking waste of money. So for me, subscription boxes are just not worth it. If I happen to really want something from their boxes, I would just pay for that one item, a full-size one, that I'll probably end up saving hundreds of dollars because I rarely have anything that I really like in those boxes. And have you ever tried to unsubscribe from those type of services? It's even worse than breaking up with someone in real life. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes. I'll be so sad. Do you still want to leave? Yes. Tell me, why do you want to leave? Whatever. Can you give me another chance? Are you sure you can give me another chance? No, and then suddenly you press the wrong button and you have to start all over again. And just when you thought you were done, after 1 month, they send you another email. I've changed, take me back. I don't know, it just seems so not worth it. So I canceled all my subscription boxes. The second thing that I did was I stopped buying Z palette. I know a lot of people might disagree because I do know a lot of people really love Z palettes and the idea behind it. I understand that, but for me, I will feel the need of just filling things up in the big palette, and I will end up spending over $100 on something that I don't really need because I never use my Z palette for some reason. I'm just gonna show you my Z palette. This is the only Z palette that I have. It's a Sephora Z palette, and this one is a Chanel blush, Hoola bronzer, NARS Orgasm, and some Urban Decay eyeshadows that I thought I already decluttered, but for some reason they're still here, and 3 MAC eyeshadows. This whole thing with the palette is $160. If someone shows up and tries to sell me this for $160, I will slap him. But it was me putting this shit together myself, and this Chanel blush, it was $58. It was a limited edition blush. And when I look at this, does it look like it's 58 bucks? I used to get so excited about Z palette. I used to depot all my shit all the time, but it just looks so cheap for some reason. But I will still use this. I will try to use this more in the future. Maybe put it in my project pan or something, because I would never just declutter this because it's $160. And I do kind of like some of the products in here, so I would put it in my project pan just to feel better. But I would probably not gonna buy like a big Z palette. This is the last Z palette I'm gonna get. And when you're buying a single eyeshadow, it's not as cheap as you think. It might be $4 or it might be $12. And when you fill this whole thing up, you will end up spending over $100. Let's move on to the third step. I started to organize, declutter, clean, and do inventory of my makeup. There are so many decluttering videos out there, so I'm not gonna go into details. Just by decluttering and by making makeup inventory will give you a sense of how much makeup do you actually have and how much do they cost in total. I just felt so guilty that I spend a lot of money on the stuff that I don't really use that much. And I try to remember that deep shame. And next time when I go to Sephora, I get the fuck out of there. So after all of those steps, you will probably have a smaller makeup collection. And that leads to the next step, which is to pick a smaller organizer. If you have seen my declutter videos from the past, which I will be linking on the screen, you will know that I used to have this big makeup organizer to put my stuff in. And after that, I started to switch to a makeup bag. And right now, all the makeup that I own can fit in here. If you have a big makeup organizer, you probably want to fill it up. But if you switch to a smaller one or just a small makeup bag, then your mind is telling you, oh, you don't need any more makeup because it's already full. The next thing that I did was finding the makeup look that suits me. Makeup is colorful. You can do whatever you want with makeup. And sometimes when I'm on Instagram, I will see a model wearing glossy yellow eyeshadows. And that's it. That was the only thing she was wearing. And I was like, oh my gosh, she is so natural. This looks so fresh. I will look good with this too. Let me know where I can get those glossy yellow eyeshadows. And trust me, I believed I looked good with yellow glossy eyeshadows because in my imagination, my skin tone is even and my skin is perfect. My eyebrows are bushy and my eyes, just everything is perfect and I'm so effortless. But in real life, I have hooded eyes and they're puffy, so glossy eyeshadow really doesn't work for me, and yellow doesn't suit my skin tone, even though I look like a ghost from the camera. But my skin tone is yellow because I'm Asian. And in real life, I'm not going to a photo shoot, I'm going to the grocery store. So there is really no need for me to wear glossy yellow eyeshadows. So I can't believe I'm just figuring this out after maybe a decade of wearing makeup. I finally realized what kind of color eyeshadow will look good on me. And guess what? Brown. So I stopped imagining what I will look like with all those type of crazy makeup. And then, cause I will look good with everything. So I will just go to an actual store and try it on myself instead of using my imagination. And once you figure out what makeup look that suits you the best, you will probably just ignore a bunch of other makeup. The next thing that I did was doing project pan, which I'm not gonna talk too much about. I started to do project pan for fun, not because I wanted to buy less makeup. It just happened over time. And I got sucked into the idea that I want to use up all my makeup, and just seeing myself finishing one makeup and then move on to use up the second one will give me a satisfying feeling, and I enjoy that. Especially when you have a smaller makeup collection and you kind of having a goal that you want to use up your entire makeup collection. And I will definitely know how long it will take for me to use up one item that I'll probably just not buy them at all. So definitely start doing project pan if you really want to change your perspective on makeup. So the next step is when I really want something, when something got hyped up and I just absolutely want it, what will I do? Is that I basically just wait it out. It's easier than you think because this crazy makeup world we live in right now vomits up thousands of new products every single day. If you follow trend mode, God, I feel like there are new items every single day now. And if you want something, you just wait maybe 3 days, your attention will automatically be transferred onto the next thing that you want. And when you're waiting, I recommend you do this, which is the next step, is visualization. I did this with the Modern Renaissance palette because I know it's gonna be a great palette and everybody loves it. I would love it too if I have it, but I just try to imagine me already owning the palette. It's in my makeup collection and the packaging just got dirty because it's made of velvet and it's getting dirty, and it's just lying around on the floor somewhere. I try to imagine that. I try to imagine that I already have this product and I can wait because it's a permanent product. It's not going anywhere. Definitely they're not gonna discontinue the best-selling palette. So I'm not in a hurry. And it feels like, oh, I already have this palette, so I don't even want it. I know it sounds a little bit stupid, but it actually works. And I have been waiting for a year and I still haven't picked it up because, to be honest with you guys, I'm already sick of it. Just everybody is talking about that palette, even though I know it's gonna be a great palette, but I don't have that desire for it anymore because I think it's an old palette in my head and it's something I already have. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, which is to prioritize your spending. It could mean spending money on makeup strategically, or you try to spend your money on something that's not makeup. It could work both ways. When it comes to makeup, you know, there's definitely something you don't need to spend a lot of money on, and there are definitely some things you don't have to own multiple products, such as a face powder. I feel like I can live with one powder, but I definitely couldn't live with one lip color. And the powder for me is not something I have to have multiple products of, if that makes any sense. And eyeliner and mascara too, I feel like I can live with just one of them. One eyeliner and one mascara, I'm gonna be fine. And those type of things you can actually get from drugstore, and which I do right now. So I prioritize my spending on maybe some good foundation, maybe on some palettes, you know, like that. So I automatically will save the money on the unnecessary things. Eyeliner, mascara, you know what I mean. The next way to prioritize your spending is to spend your money maybe on some clothes, on some books, or on some grocery. Try to explore your other interests, because at first, you know, the reason I bought so many makeup because I wanted to transform my look so much. I wanted to have different looks every day. But then I realized makeup doesn't do that much. It does something, but it doesn't do that much, at least for me. Instead, if I really want to transform my overall appearance, I can buy clothes. And I don't really have that many clothes, so I will just divert some of the money for the makeup to some clothes, maybe, you know, get my hair done, which I rarely do, but still, you know what I mean. Okay, the last step, which has long-term benefit, is to maybe just try to learn more about marketing and about psychology, about consumerism. It depends on how far you would go. You could either follow some YouTubers who really like to talk about this kind of topics, or you could go out, buy some books or do some research just to educate yourself. It could definitely benefit you in a long term. So in this way, you will be able to recognize some marketing tricks and, you know, why something is on sales and what does it mean for something that is on sales and whether you should get it or not. Just really be really educated on this type of issues. Okay, so I have been filming this video for 3 hours now, and my camera is about to die, so I have to say goodbye now, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, or maybe you have some other advice that you want other people to see. Please leave it in a comment down below. Maybe when other people check this video, they can see your advice as well. So yes, I'm tricking you to leave a comment. I will be posting some videos like this in the future as well. How I budget, how I save money, that type of videos. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!